Hey everyone, welcome. It has been so long since I've done a live on Instagram. I've been usually going on YouTube to have my lives, so I'm really excited. Today I'm going to be going live with one of my friends, Jess from My Dear Knot. She is here. Let me join her in. Let me see. Let me know where you guys are coming from, what you're working on. Hey, Jess!
Hey,
I'm doing
how's
well.
it going?
How are you doing?
Oh my gosh, I'm so good. I'm so nervous, but I'm
No,
so
don't be at
good.
all. It's gonna be good. Um,
I have my iced coffee. I'm ready.
nice, nice. Yes, a beverage always helps.
Yeah, I contemplated for like 2 seconds whether or not I should like add a little something to it, but I did it. It's just
Take
iced
the edge
coffee,
off.
I promise.
I'm glad you did it. You don't need it, trust me.
I know.
Um,
I'm crazy just by myself.
No, it's fine. It's fine. You're gonna do great. So I just wanted to give a quick intro of myself before we get into everything.
Yeah.
For people who are joining in from Jess's side, I'm Noreen. I'm the Tunisian crochet and knit designer behind noorsknits. And I mostly design patterns for kids, women in the home. I've been focusing on home decor over the past couple of months, and I love Jess's feed. I've been following her for the past few months, and I've been wanting to connect with her. So finally, we got a chance to connect. And I wanted to introduce her to my followers because I absolutely love her feed, her aesthetic, her brand, everything is it's on point. Everything that you always share, and I love it so much.
You're so sweet to say that. Thank you so much.
So go ahead and introduce yourself, let
Okay.
everyone
Well,
know.
okay. My name is Jess. Well, my name is Jessica, but everybody calls me Jess. I think only a few people call me Jessica, and it's if I'm in trouble, usually, with something.
That's
So,
a serious thing.
yeah, everybody calls me Jess. Um, I am a crochet designer. I started off selling finished products and then just decided that I just wasn't for me. Like I really wanted to design things, and that's kind of where my passion has kind of always been is I've been geared towards like DIY. I'm a real DIYer. So Pinterest is like my jam. I
Nice.
love Pinterest and like all the DIY stuff on there. So I think back, oh my gosh, how long has Pinterest been around? Since like forever ago. Like back when I was in college is when it kind of started coming out. And like
Nice.
all my friends would get together and like do wreaths and stuff. Like that's kind of, I'm just creative.
Cool.
And so that's why I moved into doing patterns and designing, is because that's just what I like to do. So the patterns that I like to create are mostly for kids. And just like you, I've kind of moved into more like home decor kind of um, pieces. But most of my most popular items are blankets and like geared towards kids.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love the dollhouse that you made a little while ago, like from scratch. You
Yeah.
made a dollhouse and it's so beautiful. I love it.
It's honestly, it's more of like my dollhouse than it is Harper's dollhouse.
Aw.
Well, she plays with it, but it's like not like I play with it, you know. It's like my
Yeah.
dream dollhouse of what I would have wanted when I was a kid.
Oh, that is so
Like that.
sweet. I love that. I love
Yeah,
that.
it's fun.
You want to share a couple of projects that you're working on or a pattern that you recently released or
Yeah. Well,
something like that?
first let me just tell you, like I've been following you, oh my gosh, how long? Years maybe?
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
So you have been like on my radar for a very long time. So this is like a really exciting moment for me.
Oh
Um,
my God.
do
Thank you
this
so
with you.
much.
Yeah. So I've kind of watched your progression as a designer and like as going through your like just your cycles of life, I guess, what you would call it. And
Aw.
so it's been really neat. But one of like the cool things that I think has happened to you that I was like, wow, that is so cool. Like I want to do that was you were published in a magazine. I can't remember which one. And DeBrossi NYC, New York, like
Yeah.
has one of
Yeah.
your patterns too. And I just thought that that was just so cool. And so
Oh,
you're
thank you so
someone that
much.
I've looked up to for such a really long time. So I just wanted to say
Oh, I
that
really
really quickly
appreciate
before
that.
we just like talk about me the whole time.
Yeah, so I think you're talking about the Happily Hooked magazine, which is
Yes,
the
yes.
table runner pattern went viral, and it's just like one of our
Yeah.
most successful patterns, especially on Etsy. Like everyone loves it, and
Mhm.
I'm actually working on one right now, finally for myself.
Oh, that's so awesome. Like, when do
Yeah,
you ever
you
get to
know,
do stuff for yourself? That's cool that you're doing it for
yeah,
you.
exactly. And this actually started off as like a really small project that I made for my mom. When she got this like cabinet type thing for her kitchen, and she needed something to just cover the top with. And
Uh-huh.
I didn't even, at that point, I didn't even think of it as like a table runner or anything like that. But then there was a submission call for Happily Hooked magazine for home decor, like housewarming ideas. And
Cool.
this was like right before the pandemic hit, which was like the last pattern I designed before the pandemic started. Um, and I submitted this, and I didn't know. I was like, let me just see what happens. I didn't know that I would get accepted. But then it got accepted, and then I went on to like publish it in my stores as well. And like on Etsy, it's been very popular. And I realized that Etsy, a lot of people on Etsy are there for home decor patterns, I feel like. So it's been a huge success, and it's been such it's a very special pattern to me. So I think
Yeah,
that's
it's
what we're
beautiful
talking about.
for sure.
And then Debrasi NYC, Teresa, she reached out to me as well, and she wanted to include in her co-op. And I was so honored because I absolutely love her work as well. So,
So cool. That's
yeah.
awesome.
Is there an echo or is that just me? I
I
don't
think
have
I don't
headphones
hear it on
in.
my side.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
It's probably driving you nuts though.
No, I'm fine. Yeah, it's not that bad, but I was just wondering if like others are. Let us know if it's something that you're hearing as well, like in the comments.
Let's see.
Yeah. I don't really see anyone saying anything, so I think it's okay. Yeah. I forgot to grab my headphones. But
Oh, no worries.
yeah, so that I really appreciate that. I didn't realize that you've been following me since then.
Yeah, yeah, it's been a
Yeah,
while. It's been a long time. So it's
I appreciate
um
that.
yeah, so when you reached out to me, I was like, she knows me. She
Yes,
follows
of
me.
course. I love
Yeah, so it's
your
really cool.
stuff.
Oh, they say no echo. Sounds good. The videos,
Okay,
oh,
awesome.
no echo.
That's
Oh, cool.
awesome.
My sister is on.
Oh, yay, hi. Thanks for doing it.
And I
Um,
see, yeah, I see a couple
people that
familiar, a couple familiar handles, which is really cool.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I think, yeah. My friends are on here as
Oh,
well. It's
that's
really
so awesome.
exciting. Yes. You want to share a little bit about how you learned to crochet, like what your
Yeah.
journey was just when you were starting off?
Yeah. So I guess my first introduction to crochet was I have a grandma who crochets and she knits.
Aw,
And every year growing up, I wish I would have kept them. I'm like kicking myself that I didn't keep them, but every year we got slippers, knitted slippers for Christmas. Every
aw.
single year, that's what she gave us. And I just have one pair because I asked her to make me some a couple of years ago. So,
Aw.
so she kind of taught me how to crochet when I was pretty young. I was probably like 6 or 7 just doing like chains and like single crochet. So like nothing like
Wow.
doing patterns
That's
or anything.
really young. That's amazing that you
Yeah,
started off that young.
yeah, it's pretty young. So but I kind of grew up just kind of watching her like knit and crochet while she watched soap operas.
Aw,
So, but I
okay.
started crocheting like more seriously and like really taught myself how um, when my husband went to law school, and that's been about 10 years ago now.
Wow.
So since then, and so yeah, it's been about 10 years. I'm getting old.
Oh, we have a question. I love questions.
I
I
love,
love to know how you guys went about creating your first pattern. How long did it take you? Do you want to go first?
yeah, that's a good question. So my first pattern was fairly simple. Um, and it didn't take, I think what took the longest was um, putting it out there, like just getting the courage to like go from selling finished products, because I was already making the product that I had the pattern for, but
Right.
I already had the pattern, but so I can't really tell you how long it took me to design it, because that part kind of, it's hard to say, but
Like you already kind of had it in your mind
yeah,
and like you
but
knew. Yeah, the
right.
pattern.
But what takes the longest, and I think is my downfall as a designer and just as a person, maybe in general, is having the courage to just do it and just not worry about what people are going to think, what people are going to say, how successful it's going to be. Like, and so I just, and like have you ever heard of like the circle of perfection, where it's just, you
Oh
just go
yeah.
in a circle
Yeah.
about,
It's
like,
I
it's
think
not,
it's called something like analysis paralysis. So you're just like
yes,
analyzing the
yes,
situation, but you're not
yeah.
taking the action. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's just keeping yourself in a loop, right? So it's just,
Exactly.
you're never changing,
Yeah.
nothing's, and so you're just, that is the hardest part about getting over it, is just doing it. So,
I absolutely agree with you on that. That is the hardest part. Just kind of finding the confidence to like, break through your shell, I guess, and
yeah.
just put it out there. My first pattern was a knitting pattern. But it was part of this. I don't know if you guys follow Arrowhead Knits, Frenchie from Arrowhead Knits.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has like these mini courses she does, like challenges that she does. And the challenge that I participated in was called Initiate Knit Design. And basically, she challenged us to go through the whole process of like, coming up with the design. So I started off with like a really complicated idea and then finally worked my way down to just like an ear warmer. And then it took me a while too, just to get to that point where I'm like, okay, can I really do this? And then, but that course really helped like break things down. And then I went, and I just did it. The hardest part was really just publishing,
Right.
like getting
Well,
that published one. But
right. Yeah.
yeah,
Well, the
yeah.
easy part, like if you think of it, well, I guess I've been working on my Moses basket for quite a while, but like if I sit down and I'm like actually like working on a pattern, like you have to rework it and do it and like write it down and like do it. But
The
like that
math,
time,
yeah.
that time isn't actually as long as like everything else
For
that
you, yeah.
that you
Yeah.
have to do for it, right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
It's
but
a whole
that's just
process also because you have to go from, like coming up with the idea, then writing it all out and everything, but then getting it to the point where you have pictures,
mhm.
you have to, like actually publish it on different platforms and then
Yeah,
promoting it is a whole other thing, right?
yeah, yep,
That takes time. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like it helps when you have testers too, though. That does help sort of with the process, I feel like. Because
yeah,
you have testers who help you get the word out.
yeah. That's something that I just barely started doing this year, was having testers, and it has been
Hmm.
such an awesome experience for me, like to have
Yeah,
testers. So
absolutely.
I've made a lot of new friends. That's
Yay.
like people that, and I think they have met each other, which has been really great because I test in a
That's
group,
awesome.
so I make them participate in a group.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's what it should be. I mean, like it's always fun getting to know, new testers and just like when they work together. And
Yeah,
then you learn from, what they have to offer, like their feedback. So
right, exactly. Part of it is like my selfish because I want everything just in one place that I can look
yeah,
like at
yeah.
all these different messages. But the other part of
Mhm.
it is I want them to get to know each other and stuff like that too. So
Exactly.
it,
Yeah. Yeah. It's been a while. I haven't, because it's been a while since I've designed something new, just putting it out there requires testing. You know what I mean? Like I've just done a couple of simple patterns over the past couple of months. I just haven't been like at that point where I'm motivated.
yeah,
I'm
I
getting there
haven't either.
slowly.
Do you know what? I'm in the same boat as you. I think the last couple of patterns I've had, I've maybe had like one or two testers, and they
Yeah.
do it kind of by themselves. I haven't had like a group. So I need to
Yeah.
do that this year, like more, like make more time
Yeah.
for, and that's my fault with like planning and launching and stuff
Exactly.
like
It's been hard getting back into the flow of things because
that.
like I had a huge like family wedding and then after
Yeah.
that it's been like just getting back into the routine with, my son going to school and all of that and it's just like, one thing after the other. So talking about kids, like how do you balance like mom life and, designing? Like what are some things that help you?
Oh man. So my daughter is 4. I think your son is a little bit older.
He's 5, yeah.
5,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's what I thought. So if your son is anything like my daughter, she's like, I want to play with you. Like
Exactly.
like
Yep.
yesterday she just told me, I was like, well, you should go upstairs and play in your room for a while. But she's like, but then I won't have anybody to talk to.
Aw, yeah,
Oh, you're like
same
breaking my
situation.
heart. Yeah, so my biggest challenge, and this is so funny that we're talking about this right now because my life coach actually just joined. I see her name is Glenda Donati Coaching, and this is one of the things that I worked on her with her this year. So it's so funny that she's joining right now. Now she's going to be like judging what I say. So hopefully I pass. But one of my biggest concerns last year was being consistent with my business, but also balancing all of the life things because I don't just design. I actually have a full-time job on the side. It's
Oh,
not
wow.
full-time anymore, but it was back when I started. So I do other things. So
Mm,
I one of the biggest things was scheduling and like knowing how your brain works with scheduling. So
yeah.
for me, I'm a list person, but I keep my list in my head, right?
Oh,
Which
yeah.
is like the worst thing you can do, I guess, because like then you're you're spending a lot of brain power on
On the
checking off
list.
your list, and
Yeah.
your brain can't differentiate how long it takes to do which task, right? So
Mhm.
like if
Yeah.
I'd have to take product photos and do the dishes and do the laundry and do all these different things and then help Harper with like bedtime and do this, all these different things, my brain thinks that's going to take hours and hours with like dishes is 5 minutes, laundry is 5 minutes, like, and
Yeah.
so like really scheduling those things out has really helped me not feel so overwhelmed and like
Yeah.
scheduling in time to just like a couple, even if it's just a couple hours, like a day of, okay, from 1 to 2 is just work. I'm just
Yeah.
crocheting. That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Harper has quiet
Absolutely.
time. She doesn't take naps anymore, which is so sad.
Same.
Well, so, but what she does is she has like a set quiet time. So from that time, it's like I am just working. And
Right.
so it's uninterrupted. And so everything else I feel like I can devote to other things because it's like
Right.
I got what I needed to done within that time.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
that's
think that's a great tip. Yeah. Yeah.
the
Just like,
scheduling really
especially
helps.
just scheduling in that time, it really does help. Yeah.
Well, and
Yeah.
like your brain, like I didn't know that. Like I didn't know that like your brain like having a list in your brain and not having it out on paper takes so much of your brain power that you don't even
Exactly.
realize.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
it's
Yeah.
kind of crazy. So
I'm all about the written stuff. Like I have to write everything down. I can't have it.
that's amazing. Like that's amazing that you've like that you're that way because I was not until then I'm constantly like, well, what else did I forget? Well, what else
Yeah,
did I forget?
yeah,
Right. So
yeah.
it's actually been something that I've like really worked on this
Working.
year is to be a little bit
That's
better about
awesome.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We have another question from Viva La Viva One. How do you stay motivated with your small business? I'm in a funk. I get discouraged when people copy my work. Yeah, copying of work is it's a whole other like discussion, and I totally, yeah, yeah.
Right.
Do you have anything to say about that?
You know, yes, and like I it's so sad. Like it's so sad
Yeah,
when something like that happens because it's so frustrating and it can be like really disheartening. Like I had a friend just message me just the other day and like send me a picture that somebody copied her work, which is so sad. But then if you take like the flip side of that and like you're trying to think differently about just about it, um,
mhm.
how awesome is it that you're doing such great work that people want to copy you?
Yeah, exactly.
Like
Yeah,
you have a following. People know who you are.
yeah,
They see that work and they know you. Like I think
yeah,
people and they know that. And so but I think there's room for everybody. But at the end of the day, people who are successful because they're doing it because they enjoy it and they
yeah,
find joy in the things that they're doing.
exactly. And they're genuine about it. So it's
Right,
like,
right.
right?
So if
People
you
can
want
tell the difference. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to just like kind of shift your mindset a little bit, how sad would it be to not be creative and not be able to come up with your own ideas?
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
just feel a little pity for them in their heart that they just can't and they just love your work so much they just have to copy.
Exactly.
So
Yeah. And
and it'll be
also
okay.
there's only so much that you can control that's out there.
Yeah.
Like that's
Hmm.
another point that's always come up in the past, like not
Yeah.
just like in, the designer world, but even like other small businesses.
Right.
Um, it's like, there's going to be a lot of, people out there who are doing, the same thing or similar things, but there's only
Right.
so much that you can control, right? You're not going to
Yeah.
be able to go and shut them down and, all of that.
Yeah.
So, it's just
Well,
stay on your own and just like, on your own path and be
yeah.
genuine. I think
The
that's the
best
most
thing
important
the
thing.
best thing that you can do is just change your mindset about it because it's
Yeah,
only going to hurt you to like to like harbor that animosity, I guess, because
absolutely.
they don't feel good about it. They're not going to feel good about it. And like
Mhm.
you just focus on you focus on creating your awesome great ideas and you keep moving forward um and that what is it called? Oh my gosh, this is such a karma. That good karma is going to come back to you.
Exactly. Absolutely. I love that you said that. The way you described that is just perfect. Like that's exactly, how we should be thinking when we're let's see. So we talked about and then, your current designs or whips, like what are some things that you're working on if you want to share with us?
Oh my gosh. My
A
current
lot.
list is
A
like
lot.
a mile long. I
Oh my
actually have a
goodness.
problem with this too. So it's like I'm working on something halfway through and you're like, it would actually be really cool if I actually started working on this instead. Because,
Yeah.
oh, and then you go to the yarn
Relatable.
store and then you find this amazing yarn that's like sitting right here next to me, like waiting for me to make something with
Ooh.
it. And so I'm like, have you felt this forever fleece burnout yarn yet?
Oh, that sounds amazing. Can
Okay,
you show us?
okay, yes. It is
Oh my
it's like
God. That
it's a
looks super
chunky
exciting.
yarn and it looks like wool, but it's like it's soft. It's like fleece, like a fleece blanket. That's
Nice.
what it's made out of, basically.
Wow.
So I
That
am like
sounds so cozy.
I know. So now I'm like, okay, I have to make that. Okay, that was not sponsored, by the way. I'm not sponsored by Burnett. But
Uh,
if they want to sponsor
you
me,
will be one day. You
please.
will be.
Yeah, but if they did, please. I just mentioned you on a line. Just kidding. But that's where like I get distracted is like, oh, that really pretty yarn. I want to make something out of it, and then that whip kind of gets left behind. So
I know. I totally feel you on
I
that.
have a mile long of stuff that I need to finish. But right now, which are like in the makes, like ready to be sent to testers almost, is I have a baby Moses basket,
Ooh.
and I have a lovey that's like a bear. It's made out of that Sherpa yarn, like that.
Oh, that sounds so cute. I can't wait to
Yeah,
see it.
so that's gonna be really fun. And then I have two blankets,
Ooh.
four blankets. Oh my gosh, I have four.
What?
Two are baby blankets, and the other two are just like
Normal blankets.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
So I
I started this blanket like 2 years ago, or like maybe 3 years, 2 years ago, I think.
yeah.
It's like a hot cocoa inspired design. It's like Tunisian crochet
Oh.
squares, color work, and it's join as you go. And I just like it's just sitting there. I
So
need to
it's
get
like
back.
the squares that you like put together. Like
Like it's like in panels.
oh.
Yeah, it's like panels, but it's just sitting there. I need to get back to it.
So
It's just
that's
been
yeah.
there.
It's
So don't feel bad about the lost whips in your closet or whatever.
Do you know what was so funny? The other day I was like going, it was like on my, it's not the other day. I say that all the time, but it was like a few months ago. I was organizing my yarn and like I came across something that's like half finished and it's like this long. And I'm like, what in the
What
world?
were you making? I
Yeah,
totally
like what
forgot.
was this supposed to be? Like I have no idea. And like I had people guess on my stories and they're like, oh, it's a wine cozy. Oh, it's a, and I was like, oh, maybe. I was like, it's, it could be.
Yeah, I just totally
But
like forgot what it was
yeah,
because it's been so
like
long.
what was I even doing? Like that's never gonna be anything.
It's like time to frog and start over.
Yeah, it's like, come on,
Pretty much.
Jess, pull it together. What were you doing?
I have a few like that too. Just the beginning. I
Yeah.
need to
What are
get
you
back
working
to
on?
this.
Anything fun besides the
Just
blanket?
so basically just the table runner and then that one design, the mesh that I shared like in my reels the other day, the one
Oh
that
yeah.
it's taking forever and I'm like, you know, it's
Your
actually
reels, by the way, your reels are so fun. I love them.
oh, thank you. I've been trying to do more. It's just like it's another thing, like, getting out of your comfort zone and just kind of putting yourself out there. It's been a whole thing, but I'm
Reels
trying
will be
because
the
I
death
know
of me. They
I know it's
they are
so hard to come up with ideas for reels. It's
oh
like
my
that's the
gosh.
hardest part,
That's like a
and then
whole
they
other
just
that's a whole other call, right?
it's a whole other thing.
Whole other
Yeah,
thing. Whole other thing. It's like
it
reels.
is. It is
There are
because they're
some
becoming more popular, and it's just like. So I just recently found out that you can make money on them. I don't know if everyone has this feature yet, but I think most people in the
like
U.S.
ads.
do. Yeah. So you can sign up for it. It's called Reels Bonus. So if you guys want to look into it, just type in like Reels bonus and see, if you're eligible. And like it should be in your settings, but if you turn that on, you can basically apply your Reels to the like that bonuses thing, and then basically you collect money based on the views or whatever number of views. But it's like something that's just happening in the background. So I mean, why not, right?
I'm laughing because I'm laughing because if I applied, which I shouldn't do this, but I'm like, we're like, come on, Jess. Like, you gotta have a little bit more views than that.
No, I mean like it adds up,
No,
right?
it
So the
does.
more
You're
views
right.
you
Which
see,
is, I
yeah.
have a few that are, I'm like, oh, okay, that's kind of funny. But then a few that
Yeah.
it's like, oh,
I know. I have a few like that too. They're just like thinking.
it's
It's just
it's
I did it for the purpose of like just having. everything there in one. Because
Right.
like it's good for like, if you want to share like multiple things and you're doing kind of like a slideshow type thing.
Yeah.
It's good for
Yeah.
that. So,
Exactly.
yeah.
I have like a whole list of like ideas for reels, and then I get to do it, like go to do it, and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Like I get like too nervous,
Nervous, get nervous, yeah. Don't do it, just do it. It's
I
okay.
know, I
Just do
do. I
it.
just
Just
need to
do
do
it.
it. That's my mantra for this year is just do it.
Just
Like,
do it, like Nike. Just do it.
yeah, do it. Like Nike. That's right.
Exactly.
Maybe I should design a Nike swish, like a little plushy Nike swish
Oh, that would be so cool.
for
Yeah, I love
running.
that. Um, yeah, so what else did we not talk about? Like favorite thing, your favorite thing to design, and why? Like if you have a favorite thing.
Oh, you know, my favorite thing to design would probably be just something that's for someone that like asks me for something specific.
Aw,
Yeah,
yeah,
or something, you know. So
yeah.
probably something that I know is going to be used or something that's going to be loved and that's going to mean something. So yeah, something like that. So I don't know
Yeah.
if it's like something specific, but just something that's like I love to design something that I know that it's like for someone, that I have someone in mind that it's for.
It's gonna go to, yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
The
Yeah.
designs
So
that I
I'm on the
have.
opposite side where I have a bunch of like finished designs and I just have this, this pile of like completed projects.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, do I donate this? What do I do? Do I keep it for gift? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, there's stuff like
So I
that
think
too.
it's smart that design based on like if somebody requested something like that.
Yeah, well, and like Harper like gets a lot of my design.
Aw,
It's like
yeah.
she's an inspiration between for a lot of things. Hi, Tirsha. I see that she joined. She's so
Hi.
so yeah, like things like that I know that it's I think I put a little bit more thought into things that if I know that it's for someone, and those are actually usually my most successful patterns.
Yeah, that makes sense. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I have like a bunch that I designed for my little guy too.
Oh,
It's
and
like
like your
that's
mom.
where the inspiration started from, and then it's
Yeah.
kind of like evolving now
Yeah.
based on like, whether, there's some like submission calls or things like that. I'm always looking out for like, different opportunities. So that also guides like, what I end up designing.
That's so interesting. I've never like that's so interesting that you say that because I've never like been on the lookout for things like that, and I need to because that's really cool.
So this is what I say to everybody, just going with your mantra for this
I
year,
just
just
wrote it down.
do it.
That's why I was like,
Yeah. So make sure you like look at all the different yarn companies and like even magazines. I know We Crochet and Knit Picks, they're big on like yarn support and things like that. Like if you can reach out to them and see like if you have a design in mind and you need some
yeah,
yarn, they have a really huge selection of beautiful yarns. And then like, magazines like Happily Hooked magazine, I think is a magazine based in the US. And then there's always calls for like different magazines there's a Knit Now. Those are like based in England, I believe, but yeah, there are a lot of different like submission calls that you can like look out for, even if
yeah,
you just search. Yeah. And the biggest thing is just reaching out for even for like collaborations and stuff. Just start with an email, build a relationship with the company and see where it goes. Like honestly, that's what I tell everybody. Just take that first step and email them and ask if there are any opportunities
yeah.
and just
That's really great advice. Right,
yeah.
everybody, get your pen and paper. Write that down.
Yes, just do it, you guys. Just start off with
Yeah,
one. It
do
just
it.
takes one email, honestly. It just takes one email.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so awesome. So I'll have to add that to my list. See, I've written it
Your
down, so
written
it's not in
list.
my head.
Yes, to your written
Yeah,
list.
yeah, it's on the written list. That means it's good.
Good, good.
Yeah, that's great.
So, yeah, so I wanted to mention a couple of things before because I think we talked about So is there anything else you want to share? Like where can people find all your information and all your links and everything like that? Or if there's anything specific you wanna share right now that's going on?
You know, I am pretty easy to find. I am on Instagram at my dear not, and I'm on Etsy at my dear not, and
Nice.
that is it. So I'm very easy to track down, very easy.
Nice.
So but I will have a site soon. So keep your eyes out for that.
Nice. I'm so excited for that. It's gonna be a
Yeah,
beautiful site. I already know
it'll be
it. Because
awesome.
going by your feed, like it's been amazing. Like
You're so
I love your
because
I
that is
love
such a, like I was gonna say that earlier. That has been such a stress point for me is product photos and like a
it.
feed is so stressful for me. It's like I don't know how people have such cohesive, beautiful feeds. I don't know how they do it. But like it's
You're
so
doing it. You're doing it. If
you're
anyone
so
sees
sweet.
your work, they'll know it's your work because everything's so consistent. It's
Thank you.
beautiful.
Thank
I
you
love
for
how you have everything together.
thank you. Thank you for saying that. I so appreciate that. So, but
No,
other
it's
than
just
that, I one thing that I didn't mention is well, we have a coupon code running for today for my shop. I originally was just going to do it for my patterns, but I decided to do it for my maker apparel too. So, and I didn't know how to
nice.
sell maker apparel. So, so if you want to go take a look, I have some pretty cute stuff.
I
And
agree. Yes.
and it's for knitters and crocheters. So I know you knit as well, and
I do. Yeah.
so I have some super cute knit sweatshirts, like one more row maker, like just more like um, maybe I don't want to say modern, but like more minimalist design maybe on those. So, but those are 20% off as well.
They're really cute, you guys. You need to
They
go
are.
grab some. Very
They're
cute.
really fun. But other than that, I just wanted to say thank you for pushing me out of my comfort zone today and like asking me to do this.
No, absolutely. I think you should definitely do lives and um, just share your work because your work is amazing. And also, can you share the coupon code with everybody in here right now? What the code is?
Yes,
So we can-
absolutely. It's pause for 1 second. I had it up and then my screen went dead. I'm so sorry. Let me
It's
grab
okay.
it. Is drum roll, please.
Give you one.
It is Hello MDK20.
Guys, got that? Hello, MDK20. Make
Yeah,
sure
so
you grab,
yep.
the
Hello.
apparel and also the patterns as well.
Yep, it's for everything. And there's no quantity limit, there's no amount limit. It's just for you to enjoy. So I hope you
Yeah,
enjoy it.
awesome.
And it'll be up there until
So
Monday.
I wanted to quickly ask you if you got a chance to work on the Tunisian crochet washcloth, the
Yes.
kit that you got. You did?
Yep. So
And how was
so I've created a reel
it?
of me
Oh my goodness,
unboxing.
there's a reel coming for me.
Yes, for you, just for you. I
I'm so
created a
excited.
reel because I despise reels. I can't tell you how much I despise reels, but I did it for you. I have a reel.
That's so sweet of you. Oh my God, I'm so excited for this.
Okay, don't get too excited.
Any reel from you is gonna be good. I know it already.
Don't get
So,
too excited.
but
So I have a reel and I looked at the pattern and I was like, oh, Jess, can you do this? So that is written on my list. It's on what day is it? Tomorrow night, I think, is when I'm sitting down and that's when I'm like knocking that baby out. And thank you so much for the coasters, by the way. They are beautiful.
no, I'm so glad you like them, and I'm so glad you're trying Tunisian because I know in the future you're gonna come up with some really beautiful designs because I just know it. And
We'll see.
so I just like shameless plug in here. I just wanted to share with you guys
Yeah.
what I'm talking about right now. So I have these Tunisian crochet kits in my Etsy shop, and basically they're super beginner washcloths that you can make. And I have like a bunch of different colors that are available. And this is let me pull out a skein and show you guys. So this is the Lamia mini cottony yarn. So you get a skein of this,
And it's
and
so
then
sweet.
it's super soft, and
It's
it's
so soft.
basically I feel like it's gotten softer as I've washed it, like when I put it in the wash and stuff. So you get the skein of that. You get a Denise interchangeable crochet hook. The I9 and 5.5 mm and the stopper and everything in the cord. It comes as is. And then you get the complete pattern, the simple Tunisian washcloth, which is a super cute, simple washcloth.
And it's
And you
ribbed.
have, like, it's super beginner friendly. So, if you've been wanting to learn Tunisian crochet, it's such a nice pattern to start off with. And it's something functional because, we
Yeah.
all like skincare, right?
Yeah.
Skincare is important. So, that pattern, and basically you can upgrade to the printed versions, but you get the digital pattern as part of it. And then there's an exclusive video tutorial for everyone who grabs the kit. And I'm here to help you one-on-one if you need any help, via email. If you have any questions, if you want me to go through something, I can do that as well. But these kits are, a great way to start off if that's something you've been looking forward to. And that's going to be part of the 30% off that I'm offering as part of this live in honor of being able to finally connect with Jess. So you can use the code Fun with Jess.
Fun with Jess. Oh my
Fun
gosh.
with Jess, yeah.
So
On
what?
Etsy.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's okay. No, so on Etsy as well as on Ravelry. So if whether you want a kit or you want patterns, all of my patterns are going to be 30% off with that code Fun with Jess. Not just today, but I'm going to extend it out over to Tuesday because I'm so happy I got to connect with Jess.
Oh,
So
you're so
use
sweet.
Fun with Jess over the weekend. It's snowing, get your whips going.
It's snowing. Oh my gosh. So I'm in San
It's
Diego. I
snowing
didn't
here.
know and it's like so bright and sunny outside. I was gonna
Oh
take
my goodness, it's snowing over here.
that is crazy, like the difference.
Yeah, I
It's I'm
know.
gonna
It's
say about
crazy.
your what drew me to your washcloth and tennis ten, Tennyson. How do you pronounce it?
What?
The Tennyson
Tunisian.
Tunisian. Why do I
Yes,
always say it so
Tunisian.
weird? I know I'm
No, I
saying
used to do that too when I started off.
Tunisian
Yes,
crochet.
Tunisian crochet.
It's
Yeah.
it's the ribbed, like the texture of it is so beautiful. Like it's
I love.
from crochet and like it's that's why I decided to buy it is because I was just like, well, and to just support fellow makers because I've really been trying to make an
Thank you
effort.
so much. It really meant a lot to me. Like over the holidays, she grabbed her. I'm like, I'm so excited for her to learn as another designer, who can do beautiful things with Tunisian crochet. So that's what I thought when you initially bought it. I'm like, she's gonna add to her skill set and she's gonna bring so many more beautiful designs to the world.
You're so sweet to say
I'm
that,
so
but
excited too.
I like the texture of that washcloth is really what drew me into it. It's so beautiful. I just love. I'm a texture person, as I'm sure like all of us are. Like really,
Yeah,
like.
absolutely. Yeah, texture is
But
everything.
so you did a great job. So and the kit
Thank
is
you so much.
immaculate.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
So you guys use our codes and grab whatever you want. And hope you
Yes.
guys enjoyed our live today. I want to add in a couple of reminders before we sign off. So there is a free summit also happening if you are, wanting to learn Tunisian crochet. There's a summit going on by Crafts on Air. I think they're the ones who organize it, and you get to go through like the basics of Tunisian crochet and then get into more advanced stuff. And it's a 2-day event. It's online, and you can upgrade to like a pass or whatever so that you always have. They're basically step-by-step videos, and there's a lot of great stuff packed into this 2-day event. So make sure you go check that out. You can sign up. I have the link in my bio for that. And then the Cozy Collection Cal, if you did not see my post from today yet, the Cozy Collection Cal is like a collaboration between 3 really great designers. If you're not following them, Hannah from Hanjan Crochet, Michelle from MJ Crochet Off the Hook, and Brianna from Brianna K Designs. They have a crochet along going on, which goes all the way through January. But this week it's mittens, I believe, by Hannah, and then next week it'll be the socks, and then and then a hat. Basically, they have these 3 beautiful patterns that are part of an ebook that you can grab. It's at the link in my bio as well, but it's a really great crochet along to join in. They're very talented designers, and they have put together this really cute bundle, so make sure to check that out. And then FURLS released a new crochet hook that you should check out. It's called the AQUARIUS crochet hook, and it's really pretty.
It's
So
gorgeous.
just wanted
I saw it this
to
morning.
let you guys know about those updates while I'm here.
Yes.
But thank you so much, Jess. I really, really appreciate you hopping on with me and talking to everybody. It's been so great.
Yes, it was so great to touch base. Thank you so much. It was so nice to meet you in person and
Same.
chat with you for a little bit. And thank you so much for your advice and like your coaching, I guess.
And thanks so much for listening. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been so great. I've been wanting to connect with you for a really long time, and I think it's been really great.
Yeah.
And maybe we can do it again in the future sometime.
Absolutely. Well, do you know what? Go out and enjoy that snow.
Oh, thanks.
For me.
Enjoy the sunshine for me.
I will. I should give you a tour of like the palm trees and stuff next time.
Oh, that'd be nice. Yes, yes, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, take care, Jess, and don't forget our codes. Mine is Fun with Jess on my Etsy and Ravelry. You can grab a kit or any of my patterns. And then Jess, if you want to just quickly share your code as well again.
Yeah, mine is Hello MDK20, and it's good for all patterns and apparel too. It's good for both.
Awesome. So for mine, it's 30% off. I don't know if I mentioned that, but 30% off kits and my patterns. All right. Thank you so much, Jess. It's been awesome. Hope to connect with you again soon.
Okay, sounds good. Have a good day.
All right. Take care. You too. Bye.
Bye.